Well, this week was definitely interesting. So November in Panama is filled with lots of holidays because they have many Independence Days. And then each province also has like their own little days as well. So there's a lot of holidays, which means there's a lot of parties and parades and all that. So like November 3rd is like the official Independence Day because that's when they separated from Colombia, and that was the last independent separation thing. And so yeah, so this week was interesting. So on Friday we had a big festival at the school with games and lots of food, as well as lots of like traditional dances and also like ceremonies for the day provided by the school children. And I have lots of videos of that I will eventually upload to my Facebook. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. And lots of people dressed up in like traditional dresses. So like the skirts are called polleras. And they're like big flowy skirts, and they like allow a lot of movement for the dances. And I don't know the name of the shirts, but they're like white and they're like cut off the shoulders, and they have like lots of like decorations and stuff. And they like put their hair up, and they've got these like beaded hair clips they put in their hair, and then also of course the traditional Panamanian hat. And so it's like a whole ensemble. So girls danced for us and did like traditional dances. It was really cool. As well as there was a lot of reciting of poems and singing about, Panama and everything. It was a really cool experience. And there was a soccer tournament between, apparently my community has like several soccer teams, and so they had a whole like tournament, and there was like a trophy and everything. And then for the little kids, they had trivia time for them to earn some prizes. And it was so funny because, like, I guess the teachers didn't really prepare for the questions. They just kind of like were making them on the spot. And one of the questions, like most of the questions, well, some of the questions I knew the answer to, but the majority of them, especially if they're related to like Panamanian history, I didn't know the answer to. But one of the questions was, who's the current president of the U.S.? I'm like, oh, I know that one. Of course, I'm not allowed to play, but it was funny. And everybody was like, of course you know that one. And then they were like, who is the person who's here with Peace Corps? And all the kids are looking at them like, what? Because I don't really like know what I'm here. It was like, they're like, the American. And then I was like pointing at me, and I'm like, oh, Shelby. I was laughing. And whatnot. And then of course they were asking them questions in English, of like, como se dice, like this word or whatever. And so it was really funny. And yeah, so did that. It was really fun, exciting to see everything. I dressed up for the occasion in red, white, and blue, which is easy enough to do because in America we also have red, white, and blue. And whatnot. But it was kind of the first time for my community to see me like truly dressed up, because like when I go to like the meetings and stuff like that, I'm usually like in pants and a nice shirt, but I wore like a skirt and a dressier shirt and everything for the festival. And it was probably the first time my community's seen me not in chacos, because I wore like some actual sandals. Well, I've worn boots too, but that's only usually when I'm going up to like do something with the aqueduct. But usually my community sees me in chacos, so I'm pretty sure they were impressed that I wasn't wearing chacos, which is impressive, you know, because I typically wear chacos. but they're comfortable and they're practical for all the walking that I do. So there's that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna like, I think I'm probably gonna buy some chacos, have them shipped to my parents' house, and then when my parents send me my next package, and whatnot, have them ship the chacos too. Because, yeah, my 2 pairs, especially one of them, is looking a little worse for wear because, well, it's rainy season. Yeah, but yeah, so that was really fun. And on Thursday I helped like with all the setup of the party and everything. Went to Panama with Jessica and her daughter Maria to like buy stuff for the festival and everything. The school was like completely decked out in like Panama, everything. Yeah, and then I didn't teach English all this week because they were more focused on getting prepared for like all the kids who had some sort of speaking part or dancing were like focused on that. So I'll be teaching English again this coming up week. I also had my 1-month visit this week, which is interesting. Well, I guess, I don't know if interesting is the right word. It was, I don't know, I didn't know what to expect, and so, yeah, it was weird. He just came and visited, and we talked to my host family for a little bit, and also, like, visited the school, but he didn't stay very long, just because he had other stuff to do, which is fine. Yeah, and let's see here. Also, yesterday, so my community has been talking about this birthday party for like a month now. They're like, oh, you're gonna come, right? I'm like, yeah. And it's a birthday party for Griselda's husband, who's turning 50. And they're like, it's on November 4th. I'm like, okay. There was like flyers around town, on the chivas, everything. Advertising there's going to be music, food, dancing, the like. I'm like, cool. But it never said a time. And I asked repeatedly, like, what time should I show up? They're like, oh, sometime in the afternoon. It's going to be like a whole big thing. I'm like, okay. So I was like trying to pinpoint a time, but that never happened. So Jessica wanted me to come to her house to eat lunch, so I did. And hung out there for a while, watched them like while they're putting everything, or like I saw them building a fence. Okay, and I'm like, why are they building a fence? And like they're doing like all this stuff because it's like catty cornered from Jessica's house, and there's like the Casa Local, which is just like big pavilion with 2 houses next to it, one of which is going to be my house. And yeah, so see them working on it, and then I see the door to my future house is going to be open. It's open, and I hadn't seen it yet, so I wanted to go inside to look at it, because I was trying to like figure out mentally in my mind like what this looks like, but it's hard to tell from the outside, and I'm more of a like let me see it type of person. So went in, saw it. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. I think there's gonna be plenty of space, and it already has water hooked up to it and a sink, so that's very nice. I just have to work. There's a latrine, but I need to work on building a shower, and whatnot, and then also figuring out price because no one will tell me anything. Yeah. So watching them do all this helped for a little bit with decorations, and whatnot. And now Griselda's been cooking all day, okay? And it's like, I went down to her house around 2, and I left about 4, and she still wasn't done cooking. I'm like, how much food? How many people are you expecting? Plus, like, when is this starting? Like, it's 4 o'clock and nothing's happened. So, hanging out. At like 5:30 or so, the power goes out because there was a storm. So naturally. And it came back on around like 6:15, 6:30. So it finally got started. The band had already shown up and like all this stuff. But the food's still not done. But I had seen like this other people come in with food too. And so I'm like confused. How about this birthday party? You had to pay to get in, first off. You had to pay if you were going to eat food or drink. Because they had like beer and stuff like that. I'm like, strangest birthday party ever. And whatnot. And like, the food that Griselda worked on, like cooking, like showed up at like 7 p.m. I ended up leaving at 7:30 because I was tired. It was the last bus. And even though they had a band playing, no one was dancing. Maybe it got more exciting after I left. I don't know. But I also knew that my chances of getting home, because it's dark at 6 here. I know America just went through daylight savings, but it's always daylight savings for us because every day, we live near the equator, so every day is 12 hours of sun, 12 hours of night. So at 6 p.m.-ish, it's dark. And that doesn't really change throughout the year. So, yeah. So, I need to catch a bus back to my house or have someone walk with me. But they were all enjoying the festivities, so I caught a bus. But yeah, it's the strangest birthday party. They never actually brought out cake, though I was told that there was going to be cake. And I was like, okay. Also, apparently this is some tradition. They like take this giant log, okay, and they like clean off all the bark off of it. And it's like, when I say giant, it's like really long, but it's really skinny. They clean off all the bark off of it, and then they like grease it with something. I don't know what exactly. But they like, because I couldn't quite understand the words they were using. Because I asked about all this, because I see them like putting up this giant pole in the ground. I'm like, what is that? And why is it here? Because, so they got it greased with something. And there's like a bag attached to the top. So they put it in the ground, and this is a game that they play at parties and stuff. Yeah, so there's like a bag attached to the top, and the goal of it is that you're supposed to like climb it to get the prize. But it's greased up, it's really slick. Like I said, they cut off the bark off of it, and it had rained all day, so like, you know, not a good combination for these people who were trying to do it. So I watched that. Watched numerous attempts until finally victory. Because it's also, so in addition to the things in the bag, there's also apparently a prize of liquor. So there was like a team of like 6 guys trying to climb this pole. They're like standing on each other's shoulders and like using ropes, trying to get up there. And they kept getting progressively muddier because, like I said, it had been raining, and then it rained some more while they were doing it. And so, yeah, so it was there were very, very muddy people at this party. Like I said, weirdest birthday party I've ever been to. Maybe that's like traditional Panama. And maybe if I like lived in the center of town and didn't have to walk so far, I could have stayed longer. But since I had to walk, had to go so far, I couldn't stay any longer. So maybe I would have progressed more. I don't know. But it was just a strange experience. But yeah. Today has been rainy, and I've just done laundry. I put all my laundry out on the line because it was like sunshiny and bright, and it was nice. And it's like, yeah, it's finally a day where I can do my laundry. And about 10 minutes later, storm clouds start rolling in, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And sure enough, it starts to rain, so frantically grabbing all my stuff. Like, we have space under all of this. The problem is that it doesn't get as dry, and it takes longer, and so yeah, I don't like to do that. But yeah, today's been a good day of just like planning, getting stuff done. I've got my community meeting set tentatively for 2 weeks from now to do a lot of my community analysis stuff that I need to do within the community, or with the help of the community, I'm gonna do it 2 weeks from now. I'm gonna make a flyer, and I kind of tentatively planned out the objectives and stuff. I gotta talk with the president of the Junta Local to be sure that I can use the facility on that day. And tomorrow I'm going to Patria, and so I'm gonna buy some stuff to get prepared for that. Yeah, and so making progress on that, which is good. I'm also about to start my second round of visiting houses to do some more analysis and, you know, more meeting with people, and whatnot. So yeah, making good progress. I know I'm going to Patria tomorrow. That's really, and teaching English Tuesday and Wednesday, but that's really the only plans I have officially. But I think I'm going to Patria this week, visit people, and then also, begin my preparations for that, for my meeting, as well as make sure I'm getting the word out to everyone. That's important, as well as just getting some stuff done. Also talking with the president of Junta Local also about my house, and now that I've seen it, I know what exactly needs to be done to meet Peace Corps standards. And my boss is coming on the 13th of December, which is when she's going to inspect the house, which means the stuff needs to get done within a little more than a month. Really, it's not, none of it's too terribly bad, like, since, you know, the existing structure of the house is really good. Just need, like, to add some locks, build a shower, and some other, like, security measures for the house. So yeah, and just got a lot more, like, technical stuff coming up in the next few weeks. Some meetings in agencies, and whatnot, but it's gonna be fun. And like I said, I got a little more than a month till my community meeting for my boss being here, so gotta really get going on all of my community analysis stuff and making sure I have a lot of it finalized. So I'm doing the second wave of Patriaing to people's houses, as well as, because, like, since there are 80 houses in my community, there's no way for me to do some of the analysis for all 80 houses. That's just, like, impossible and not enough time. So a quarter of that, 25%, is 20 houses. So my goal is to make it to at least 20 houses to do this analysis, because, I mean, a quarter, that's pretty representative of the community, and I've at least been to each house once to kind of know more about it. So yeah, just going to continue working on my Peace Corps stuff, and I'm nervous / excited for my community meeting in a few weeks, because it'd be good to get some of the stuff done, as well as just kind of talk with a lot of the community all at once about projects and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I gotta get a lot done tomorrow in Patria. Yeah, and hope y'all have fabulous weeks, and hasta luego.